make sure that hello everybody, welcome to today's video. My name is Jonathan. Today is weigh-in Wednesday, and it is day 172 of my 3-year challenge to get my weight into a reasonable category, get my diet figured out, and just get my overall health and wellness back, get it in check. I don't know if it's ever been in check, at least as an adult. uh I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the weigh-in here. I'm excited because I'm pretty sure I lost after having that pound and a half gain last week. I am looking forward to not having that again. So let's get weighed in real quick here. 349.6. That's awesome. That is a 3.6 pound loss since last week. So 349.6. That's going to put my total weight loss at 170.2 pounds. So I broke the 170 pounds in, what are we at? What did I say? We're day 172. So like right now, I'm really at that pound a day weight loss. Let's see, 349.6. So let's get that updated there. So yeah, 3.6 pounds. Total weight loss 170.2 pounds. I'm really, really excited to have the weight loss. Like I said, last week was disappointing to see that weight gain on the scale, and then but I knew the whole time, I wasn't real worried about it because I knew that it was just, whatever, I was backed up that day, or I had, maybe it was a little bit of excess of the dehydrated mango, and I had to get that out of my system. Yes, you did miss the weigh-in, Carrie. I got right into it, but I did update it up here. 349.6 is the new weight, 3.6 pounds down since last week. I feel great. I didn't really do anything to avoid eating today. I had my regular breakfast, or I guess I didn't have regular breakfast, but I had shredded wheat with some raisins, and we get this West soy milk that's unsweetened and doesn't have anything added to it. And I actually had 2 bowls of cereal this morning, and then Carrie stopped by, and she was real busy this morning, so she had taken a bunch of oatmeal to go. And when she stopped by the office, she dropped off a serving of oatmeal because she had made 2 this morning, and I had that as well today. So I have eaten today. It's not like I've been trying to and not that I needed to either. I have the scale here, so I get on. I knew all day that I was going to be down, so I didn't need to do anything to try to make it more dramatic, I guess. And the more I lose this week, the tougher it's going to be next week, because I'll be sitting here next week, and who knows if I'll have any loss or not. It's trending in the right direction over time. I'm at 170.2 pounds lost in 172 days, so I'm right at a pound a day, and that is nothing to, that's pretty awesome amount of weight loss. I mean, I was talking to a friend of mine today that he's also been doing a lot to lose weight, and he's lost, I want to say, 60 or 70 pounds in about the same amount of time as I've lost weight. He's doing a lot more working out, but he's added a lot more fruits and vegetables, I know, to his diet. And he's doing great. A lot of people around him are noticing, and he's, real happy with everything. And it's just kind of crazy uh, to think that I've lost 170 pounds in less than 6 months. I mean, there's adult men at 6 foot tall that don't weigh 172 pounds, and that's gone, or 170 pounds, I guess. And that's gone. And so that's, so exciting. I was talking about it with Carrie yesterday, and I talked about it on the stream here as well. Just uh, the attitude and the mood I'm in is so much better with this diet. And I'm interested to see. I'm listening to that book, How Not to Die by Dr. Greger, and the part of the book that I'm at now, and it was uh, when he read off and listed all of the ways that he was talking about. This one was one of the more interesting ones, is because he goes through the top reasons why people die, and kind of correlates how diet can affect that. And one of them is suicide. And I'm just getting into that. And I think what he's going to talk about a lot is mood, and how foods affect your mood and the chemicals affect your mood. And I don't know that I've been in as good a mood as have been in for as long a period of time. Uh, you know, like it's I try to, all I can do is compare to what has happened to me in the past. And I lost a bunch of weight 8 years ago, and I remember being very happy and excited. And I shared that video. I was on television because my doctor was excited to show off the success that I had had uh, with his, following kind of his weight loss program. And I know I was in a good mood when I was at my lowest weight, and I was very confident. Uh, and that all kind of went away. And I think it was some of that is with the foods you eat affecting your mood. And I was, whether the foods that I was eating to lose the weight were affecting my mood in one way, or that when I got to the weight I wanted to be at, which is still very heavy, which is one big difference between this diet and any other diet I've been on before, is uh, I've always been like, I just need to get to the top of what is like an acceptable amount of weight for somebody to be. And so for me, it's always kind of revolved around going back to like high school wrestling, and the heavyweight, was 275, or in college it's 285, or, and then, so, it's 300 essentially has been my goal since I've gotten over 300 pounds. Uh, my goal's always been to get back down to under 300 pounds. And this is the first time that I am going to get much further than that. I'm going to lose a lot more weight than that, because 300 pounds is still an unacceptable weight to be. And it's going to kill me. And that's what the book is, that's what I'm getting from the books and everything that I am listening to, and all of the resources that are, pushing the whole food plant-based diet. It is it's going to help keep me going longer. Carrie's checking in here. It says she is down 1 pound from last week, which is awesome. And I don't remember if you were down last week too, I feel like, but I don't remember. But that's awesome that you were down a pound. And the other thing, and kind of what I was talking about a little bit, is that that was after you had eaten too. I know we talked about this earlier. So and I think that's one of the things that this diet for me has been helping with, is that I'm not concerned as much about the actual scale number, because I know it's going to go in the right direction. And uh, even if it doesn't go in the right direction, I know that nothing I put in my body between the last time I ate and this time that I ate was going to have a negative effect on my body. And so if I gained weight, it was meant to be. I probably is going to be because of my cheap scale, and not because, or how much water I had, or you know, because we're talking half pounds here. We're not talking like when I first started, where I was losing 10 pounds a week, things like that. And so I kind of lost where I was here. Was listening to the book with the depression and seeing how that, I feel like my mood has been up as high as it can be for a very long time here. Just walking around, I noticed today and the other day, uh, I walk with a lot more confidence. My head up or looking around, not necessarily, trying to, just look down and get what I'm done do. I just feel like I don't stick out as much as I used to when I go into public places. Uh, and speaking of that, I had to go to a public place today, which was really interesting. We had kind of a weird. Carrie had appointments this morning, so I had to help out with our our youngest daughters who are twins, and so I had them with me, and we ended up getting. Uh, they had a gift from their grandmother, and they wanted to get some candy, and so I was gonna go to a grocery store that was near us and just buy some candy with them because they wanted to get something simple. And then we get there and I couldn't find the candy. They had done a huge remodel on the store, and it took me a long time to find even where they had like their like boxes of junior mints, kind of. That's what I was looking for, that kind of thing. And they ended up it took me forever to find it, and then what I ended up finding out is that they actually expanded the candy section of the grocery store to be its own. I mean, like there was normal aisles of a grocery store, and it's probably 1.5 aisles wide, the whole length of this area that has the candy. It's probably not 2 aisles wide. They didn't get rid of a whole center thing, but it's probably 1.5 wide. And the back half is all like gift card or greeting, whatever, like birthday cards, wedding cards, those type of things. And so there's like a Hallmark section in the back, but like the front half or 2/3 of what used to be an aisle and then real wide is this huge candy section. I mean, and they had all kinds of stuff. They had Jones's sodas, they had ring pops, they had cotton candy things. I think I didn't notice a grab bag thing of candy, but I bet they had one. But yeah, just insane. Just candy everywhere. They even had like a little horsey thing that the kids could ride, like the things you put a quarter in, but this one was free because they just want your kids to, you know, be addicted to the crack. And so it was just crazy that uh, that is such a big seller for them in the store that they would create like a whole candy section. I mean, it had a big glass front, bubble letters that said, candy store, very much like having a, uh, I guess it would have been like having like a mall candy shop inside of a grocery store, uh, if that makes sense. Carrie's saying, candy from Japan there, just so much. Yeah, and I was talking to my carrier, I was talking to my mom about it, and I just can't believe the amount of real estate that they gave just sugar candy in the store. I mean, that was whole freezer aisles of food is what that was, now that I think about it. Uh and I mean, I don't know, if it's the markets are changing because of COVID and they're finding, because our grocery store is totally remodeled. They have a nail salon. You can buy shoes in there now. It's almost like a fancy Walmart, essentially, is what they're doing, I guess. Just because it's a little bit nicer, I guess, looking stuff than what Walmart normally has. So yeah, it was just crazy that uh, it was given so much more space. And I didn't really check out. I wasn't there to check out the produce or the whole food stuff. We were just gonna get that and then maybe grab some food for them as well. Uh, and they didn't expand the space for the apples and the oranges, as far as I could tell. They didn't have more room for um, the lettuce. So that's not what's selling, I guess. And it's just sad. Uh, and so yeah, that was kind of an interesting experience going into the store. And I wasn't really triggered as far as wanting to try anything. I mean, there's lots of candies that looked good, I suppose, or candies that I've had in the past, but like most of it actually looked pretty awful. Like they had these, like, if you remember, like the soda bottles that were like root beer flavored, that are gummies. They had like one they were selling for like $6 that was like the size of a 12-ounce soda bottle. Like I couldn't imagine eating that much gummy sugar. Now I probably would have devoured it 6 months ago. So yeah, that was just kind of a weird uh thing to see for me today. My ankle's still bugging me. I walked around the store. I didn't really, have a hard time walking around, but it's just something is still there bugging me. I was talking about it. I was thinking about the shoes I bought. I bought because my old shoes kind of weren't cutting it anymore, I guess, as far as the support for my feet. And because I went from probably 2010 to 2020, like if I went a decade, that the majority of the time I wore the same shoe. They were a Merrill shoe that I would buy because they had them in 11 and a half and they had them wide. And there was some other stuff about them I liked. And so I would buy one or two pairs of those shoes every year. It was, pretty much every 9 months or year I was replacing them. I would have other shoes and sandals and things like that throughout. But I just found that uh, back in early 2000, I guess it would have been, that I was having feet problems. The outside of my left foot had a callus built up on it that just hurt anytime anything touched it. And it was definitely the shoes. The shoes weren't helping what was going on, and they were hindering. And so I went and bought a newer pair, or not a different pair of shoes. They were a New Balance, supposed to be super therapeutic, and they work great. I've worn them for probably a year now, or almost a year, and I think they're probably worn out. I think that the shoes are worn out. I don't know that I need to wear this type of shoe anymore either. I might go back to wearing those Merrills because I really like those shoes. Or just doing something a little different. But I don't want to lose the support either, because I don't know. It's tough because switching from these shoes that are super therapeutic and supportive to these Hey Dude shoes that I had, I think it was too dramatic of a difference from, like I said, super supportive to like minimalist, almost nothing. And by switching, it caused the swelling and stuff that I had in my feet for the last couple weeks. So tomorrow or the next day, I'm probably going to make a trip up to the shoe store, see if I can't get me a new pair of shoes. Because the feet thing, it's just getting to be annoying. I mean, it's not enough pain that I need to see anybody about, or I know it's nothing that's broken in there. It just, who knows? I don't know what it could be, but it's just there, and I'm hoping it goes away soon. And I really don't want to mess with it until I kind of get down to the weight I'm gonna get to. I mean, if it's just hurting because I'm fat, then I just try to fix it by not being fat anymore, and that's what I've been doing. So yeah, today was a good day. 3.6 down. The other stat here I didn't go over, I guess, and if you followed me uh since the beginning here, if you watch the videos, one of the things I tracked during my 42-day fast was the million calorie challenge. And what that is uh I have found it helpful for me in losing weight to think of the excess fat on my body, all the excess stuff in my ribs and my belly and my butt, thinking of that like a big calorie food bank. And when I started this at 519 pounds, I had well over 300 pounds of fat on me. So that means, if each pound of fat is 350 or 3,500 calories, then 300 pounds is just over a million calories. And so I have been keeping track of the number of calories that I have been in deficit since I've started this. So since January 1st of 2020, my total calorie deficit is 595,700 calories. So that means that in about a pound and a half, less than 2 pounds, I will have over 600,000 calories burned or deficit. Means I'm about 60% of the way to my overall goal of losing the 300 pounds. And those are just awesome numbers, especially with it being only 172 days. I got a week from now, I'm going to weigh in. It's going to be 179 days. And then the next 100, it'll be 6 months at the next weigh in. And I potentially could lose 172 pounds, 170. I could lose another pound and a half in the next week. I mean, I don't think I'll get to the 175, but I'm not chasing those numbers. I'm just going to get what it gets. But I mean, I'm going to be at over 170 pounds lost in 6 months. And that's just crazy. I don't know that I could have lost this much weight this fast any other way. I mean, obviously, by doing a water fast, it's going to be very quick. But, and right now, at day 172, I feel amazing. And that, I don't know that a lot of people 6 months in after losing 170 pounds sit there and say, I feel amazing, but I do. And with that, I think I'm going to get out of here today. I do want to thank you guys for checking out the video. I will not be on tomorrow. I will be on Friday, getting ready to go into the weekend. If you haven't already and you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like the video, click on the icon for the notifications so you'll get alerted when I do go live. Generally, I go live at 4 p.m. on weekdays. Like I said, I'll be on not tomorrow, but I'll be on Friday. I also have an Instagram account, which is at Fasting. That is FAHSTING. And then there's a Discord as well that we share a lot of the recipes that we've been eating in that Discord. And just it gives people a chance. You can just introduce yourself, let us know what's going on. I'd love to see weigh-ins for people on Weigh-In Wednesday. And just overall, just kind of a place for people to talk about what they're trying to do, what their goals are, and that's what I'm doing this here to keep myself accountable, but I'm also hoping that somebody out there can relate, or that they they can take something from what I've done and make themselves better. And so, uh, you know, that's my goal, and you know, also to lose 300 pounds is my goal. So I am going to get out of here. I want to thank you guys for checking out today's video again. And that's going to be it. We will see you next time.